Yolande True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. Today, for all the new players that are watching my videos, I want to make a video on farming reputation, because that is one essential piece of this game that you need to take care of the whole time. Reputation is important for a lot of factions, and especially for the Federation, the Klingons and the Romulans. There is a connection in farming the reputation for one that affects the other as well. And so I quickly want to talk about this whole farming reputation system a bit for all the people that just started playing the game. Because I know that I have a lot of viewers that just started, and I heard that a lot more people will soon start playing this game, probably because of the exit from another game. And that's why I think an essential video like this is really important. If you look at the top left of your screen, you see ships, officers, command, factions, items, and refinery. And if you go to factions, you see all the factions you have. When you just started the game, you will not see all of them you see on my screen, but the Federation, the Klingons and the Romulans are the first ones you really have to worry about. And you see on the top that there are points. In my case with the Federation, it's 340 million points, and I'm on the way to glorified. There are always steps in the reputation. You start with everyone at 0, but usually if you get reputation for one, you will lose reputation on the other. I have at least some good news here for you. It can never go lower than minus 2 million. May sound a lot now, but later on you will say 2 million is not bad. And there are some locks built in. The locks are 10 million, 1 billion and 15 billion. Sounds a lot now, is not as bad, because if you look at the Klingons, I'm way past the 1 billion lock already, and while my Romulans are still at 10 million. There are different strategies about the 10 million triple lock or not, and about the next steps with the billion locks. I made several videos on those, on the strategies here. The way I see it, other people have different views on it, but that's how I do it with going up. And it's if you do a dual faction or a single faction move at a time, different strategies, but there are other videos for. I just want to go into the basics here. So with everyone you start at 0, and if you choose which one you want to start first, if it's 1 or 2, it doesn't matter, you have to get reputation. And in the case of the Federation, the Klingons and the Romulans, one thing is grinding hostiles. And it starts in their system. So the blue area, you know, is the Federation. The green one is the Romulan space, and the red one is the Klingon space. And each faction of these three has kind of an arch enemy, and you see that when you look at those enemies. I quickly have a look at some very low Romulan hostiles you will probably start with. Let's take a Romulan trader of level 21. And you see there already the symbols for Federation, Romulan and Klingon there, 2 with green arrows up and 1 with a red arrow down, and that will explain if you click the rewards. Because you see you get 6 that was a classic. 6 Federation reputation points, minus 40 Romulan reputation points, and 10 Klingon reputation points. Why is there a difference between the Klingons and the Federation? Because that's what I call the arch enemies. The Romulans are the arch enemies of the Klingons. That's why the Klingons get more. The Federation have the Klingons at their arch enemy. That's why you get the most reputation by grinding Klingon hostiles if you do the Federation. And the Romulans have the Federation as arch enemies. So if you choose to go the reputation for the reputation of the Romulans, you need to grind Federation hostiles. And of course, when I was talking about millions, 6 reputation points doesn't look much, but in the beginning you won't need that many. But it will stay a grind, and you will be grinding throughout the whole game. But once you reach the first stages of the reputation, you will also get dailies and daily events for it. The dailies, you know, when you look at the bottom left of the screen, this yellow exclamation mark, if you click that, you have missions, away teams, and daily goals. And at the daily goals, you will find daily goals you can do to get reputation as well, and a few credits. You will wonder why I haven't cashed them in, so to speak. I'm working on the Federation reputation at the moment. And unfortunately, that means that because I want to bring it to the next log quickly, that I have to skip some stuff I could take from the Klingons and the Romulans at the time. But when you start with one, you will not see the others anyway. But when you start, you very soon get this. And if you look at the rewards here, it brings Klingon points as well. It brings repair speed-ups and it brings Klingon credits. But the reason why I'm not taking them is they also bring negative points for the Romulans and the Federation. Of course, these are numbers you will not see when you are early in the game, but it will go up proportionally with your ops level. But so you get more points for your faction if you do the dailies as well. And if you look at the events, that's on the top right where you see the communicator or the communicator badge from the Federation, and click that and then scroll to the daily. Come on. No, that's not very sensitive pad, I guess. There you have the daily events. And there you also will see events when you reach the first stages of positive reputation of the factions. At some point you will see them here as well. I think it was 500,000 points. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, please. And as usual, if you have something to add to my videos, please put it in the comments, or if you have questions or video requests, always drop a line and I'll have a look what I can do for you. And even if you just want to say hi and where you're from, I'm curious, so I'd like to know that too. I know there are viewers from all over the planet, and it's always nice to know where the people are coming from. But if you look at this, you have to spend resources. I usually do this via Alliance contribution, and then you get rewards as well. You see there are 4 steps, and I'll show you the biggest one. There you also get Federation points and Federation credits in this case, because I'm doing the Federation, I did this one. But you also get negative points then for Klingons and Romulans. That's why I'm also only doing the one at the moment. I'm leaving behind a lot of Klingon stuff at the moment, but I wanted to get to that 1 billion log fast, and that's why I'm taking that hit at the moment. It's really hard to do that, but the negative points are what I don't want to have, because if I do the Klingons, it looks much worse than this. But those 3 ways you will have to get reputation. And if you go for Klingon reputation or Romulan reputation, you even can pass some faction hunt events without losing reputation in this area of the map. If you want to know more details about that, I made a video how to do that without losing reputation, so I will not put that into this video now. But it's important as well. So you will continue grinding. I still do that. I will, when all the video work is finished today, I will do a tour in Kronos again to gain reputation by farming hostiles. As soon as you reach the point where you can do the level 49 hostiles, and you can do that much earlier than you might think. If you want to know, there are 2 videos out there on the normal traders level 49 and the heavy traders level 49. You will be able to do them much earlier than you think. So look out for that video as soon as you get into the level 30, so to speak, so that you know from a very early moment or end of level 20s that you can do them. because it's easier than you think, and they give a lot of reputation. That will speed up your reputation. And once you get higher, that's for people that are playing a bit longer now. I made videos on grinding hostiles in level 50 systems about special miners in 3 different systems, one for the Federation, one for Klingons, one for Romulans, where you get even more reputation and very early. So look out for those videos at my helpful tricks playlist, for example. But the reputation will stay with you all the time. As you saw, I'm with the Klingons above the 1 billion lock, and with the Federation on the way to the 1 billion lock, and then third I will do the Romulans, and after that I will take some time to get a lot of rewards from their dailies before I march with anyone to the 15 billion. But it will be a big part of your gameplay for the whole time, and that's why this is an important topic, and you should early on know how to do this. Another source for reputation I haven't mentioned yet is missions. And if you go to this yellow exclamation mark again on the top bottom left, there you also have missions. And if you're wondering why I'm always explaining what buttons to press, I know that there are a lot of new players. If I've said that, I have to repeat it still. And that's why I want to show them step by step how to find all those things I'm talking about. And that's why I'm always doing that. But on the left, on the top left, you see missions, and that's open already. There are missions with a faction sign, and you see Federation missions here I haven't completed yet. They also can give you, okay, that's a bad example, but they also can give you reputation. For example, this mission, when I finish it, will give me another 774,000 Federation points, but also minus Klingon points. And there are others too, but the others I have in my archive at the moment. They are Klingon and Romulan missions, and I'm not doing them at the moment because I'm working on the Federation. And that's something very important I wanted to mention too. You will find those missions very early in the game, but save the missions of the faction you are not going for at the moment. Really save them for later, because if you do one faction, for example, and bring it to 10 million, and I know the fight between the one faction and 2 faction strategies here, but I'm a one faction guy. And if you do the one faction up to 10 million, the first one you start, you will have the missions from both other factions to do the missions for the next one after you reach the 10 million for the Federation, to get out of that minus 2 million. And that is why it's important to save those missions and not do them early. If you start with the Federation as your faction, only do Federation missions and the neutral ones, but no Klingon or Romulan missions. If you do the Klingon, don't do Romulan or Federation. If you do Romulan, don't do Klingon or Federation. Save those missions to get you quickly out of the basement, so to speak, out of the minus 2 million, so that you get into the positive and as fast as you can get the daily events, the daily goals, and so on, to work on that reputation. That is my big advice here about the missions. I hope I could help you a little bit. If you want to get more help right now, YouTube has chosen another video for you right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.